What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Trading to Glory. It's been a few days since I've uploaded, and throughout the last month I have had a lot of videos saying, oh, I'm sorry for not uploading in the last 2 days. I'm sorry for not uploading in the last 3 days because I've been busy with soccer, and I've been busy with school and just a lot of things and a lot of personal things this weekend that I kind of discussed on my stream that I don't really want to go over again because then I'm going to freaking like break down. But nonetheless, I am back now and the season is over. So you guys should expect daily uploads or at least 5 to 6 videos every single week at the bare minimum. With the Trading to Glory especially starting to kick up again, I haven't had time to trade once in the last week. This is the first time I've logged on in a week. And it's not because I didn't want to. It's just because I haven't been able to, which really sucks that this is the busiest time of the year for me because I really want to be on trading and making videos for you guys and having fun with the game. And I just haven't been able to with FIFA 19 yet. So, one, I want to say sorry that I haven't been too active, not as active as I normally am on the YouTube channel. And secondly, for falling behind a little bit in terms of the trading tips. And the Trading to Glory, we should be well farther than what we are in terms of progress with our transfer profit, with our coin total. But this is what we're at. Basically, you know, what we have right now is something that we pretty much traded to like 90% of it in the first 2 weeks. And then the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we haven't really made any progress just because I haven't been online. But the good news is today we are going to make progress and we are going to get moving with these coins. So let's go ahead and get started. Once again, all I ask in return is if you do enjoy this series, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let's get started. UCL Cards. This was an investment that we made in one of the previous Trading the Glory episodes. We have currently got about 7 pages full of UCL cards. Some of them not really working out as well, like in Zonzi or something like that. Rudy, you know, those weren't investments for an SBC. So those are like 2 unique ones. But for the rest of them, all these guys I got for 1,000 coins. Essentially, that's what I got most of them for. About a K. Those are all rare cards. We're on to the 4th page. And then we've got the non-rare cards. Again, same prices, 900 coins all the way across. 900, 850, 950, 750, 1,000. All the way across to the 7th page, to the 8th page. So we've got a full 7 pages and a half of an 8th page. And then we've also got a few different players on our transfer list. So we can add another like 15 UCL cards there. Because of the new squad building challenge that dropped, we are making tons of profit. So if you guys did invest with me in this one, we're all making coins. The reason that they've gone up, number 1, a Flash of Brilliance SBC, which I might be doing during this episode, where you need 1 UEFA Champions League rare card and you get a 45k pack in return for just a 77 overall team. It's not too bad for a 45k pack, honestly. You do have to spend 3k for that card, but nonetheless, pretty good. And then you've also got that UCL 81 upgrade. This is the big one because you need 11 rare or non-rare cards from UEFA, the UCL cards, the blue ones, to get a 81 plus UCL rare player untradeable. And although I find it not worth it, even though there are quite a bit of people that you could get out of that are worth doing it for, most of them aren't really gonna work too well. And looks like I just sold another Ocho. I'm trying to dump some of those Halloween cards that we have left over. Those are things I should have sold a week ago, and I just haven't been able to. So we got to make up a little bit of damage control on the Ochoas. But overall, coming back to a little bit of an L on Halloween cards and such a W on these UCL cards, I can't even be mad. Because I remember in 2017, that April, I was gone for like 3 weeks due to mental health issues. I came back and all my icon investments just kind of halved in price. So like, after, you know, knowing what can happen after you leave FIFA for a little while without really any regards to your investments, you kind of come back really hoping you're not taking too much of an L. This time we're coming back taking a W. So right now these UCL cards are going for like 3,700 pretty constantly. It looks like there's some of them going up for like 3,400. It looks like that's still on the market. And what I've noticed is that it's kind of glitched. I'm not really sure how accurate these prices are. Like, I'm pretty sure all the cards are going for 3,200 though. But like, when you scroll up to 3,900 coins, you don't really see that many 3,900 coin cards, and it just kind of skips to the 59th minute with all these 3,200 and 3,300 ones. So it's a little bit confusing right now. But what I do know is that they are all going for pretty much 3,200 at least. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all these different cards individually, just kind of seeing what their price is, and then list them for lazy buyers, because since I've got so many of these, and since the market's kind of messed up a little bit right now, it seems a little bit glitched. What you want to do is list them up a little bit more expensive than they actually are, because they're bound to sell at least in the last minute to some lazy buyers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the UCL non-rare cards. We're going to move on to the UCL rare cards. Then we're going to do the marquee matchup UEFA SBC, and then also that 45K pack SBC. Then what we're going to talk about is player of the month a little bit, and just kind of catch up on everything. Also, we got to talk a little bit about the Black Friday market crash. I think that's got to be a little bit talked about in this episode, because we are starting to see a little bit of a drop in prices. I did mention in my last video that yes, you still had a little bit of time, but you should expect a slight drop in prices. And honestly, what you guys should expect is a gradual drop for the next 2 weeks. There's not really going to be one point where it's going to be a 50% drop in prices. There's not going to be that instance where it's just panic sell everything. Now, it might be more of a drop on one day than the next, but overall, it's going to be a gradual drop in prices. So if you want to sell now, it's probably a better idea to sell into the weekend league, sell on Thursday of this week, and just kind of get all your cards gone before they continue to drop, because you've seen like some specific cards, they've taken a pretty big hit. Like I saw a Aubameyang, he's dropped like 30-40K already in the last week. And he's probably going to drop another 30 to 40K in the next week, and maybe another 30K in the week after that. As we get closer to Black Friday, what we'll notice is maybe like the days before, maybe a little bit of a rise in price, because there will be investors picking up cards a couple days beforehand. And when it comes down to it, as a trader, as an investor, you're not staying ahead of just the casual player. You've got to stay ahead of the other investors. I'm always one step ahead in terms of my investments. I'm always buying before the other investors get to it. I'm always selling into the hype of investing. When player of the month is going to be in 3 weeks, I'm always picking up my inform cards then. And then when the other investors are picking them up a week before the player of the month, I've had them for 2 weeks beforehand. And so I've got the best deal on them, and then they might be buying my cards. I might have already relisted them for them just to guarantee my profit. And they're the ones who have to take the risk going into the SBC. So it's just stuff like that. You always got to stay one step ahead. So that's kind of the outline of today's video. Again, drop a like if you have enjoyed the Trading to Glory series. And let's go ahead and get started with selling some of these cards, see how many coins we can rake up with these UCL guys. There's still a few cards left to list that are in my club. Not too many, but we listed the majority of them already, and about 60 of them have sold already. And we're up to 1.2 million coins now, which is awesome. All of these cards have been selling for like 3,600. I mean, they're still currently selling as we speak. Building up our coin total. And while they were selling, I went out and we did UEFA marquee matchups. So we're ready to submit that, which gives us 3 UCL player pack, the thing we've seen before a couple times now, which will give us a few more UCL cards and a minimum of 10,000 coins out of that pack. So there's a minimum of 10K out of that UCL pack, even if we get discard cards, which we've gotten both the other times these packs have been out. Hopefully we can get a little bit luckier this time with the rare card. But the prime gold player pack for Barcelona versus Inter is a 45K, and then a premium gold player pack of 25K for Ajax versus Benfica. This is definitely worth it, especially given the fact that we really didn't spend much on the SBC. Now, I did have to go out and buy Nelson Semedo, but the rest of the cards were in our club. So we only technically spent 2,700 coins on this SBC, but you gotta assume, you know, this Arthur card we could sell for like 3K. We could sell this Dennis Suarez for 3K. And then the other guys have value as well. So it does add up to like 12 or 13,000 coins from scratch. But then again, we are getting at least 10K back from the overall SBC for the UCL cards, and then a 45K pack in return. So it's worth submitting those cards, especially given the fact that they were already in our club. This SBC, we had to go out and I bought Leroy Fer for 700 coins, and then I also bought Ampadu for 1,000 coins. And then the rest of this, yeah, so the rest of the squad here was in our club. I bought this guy a while ago for 1,200, Bruno Fernandes, using one of the 83s just so we can go with some of those silvers and the bronzes. But that's how to complete that one for pretty cheap as well. And that's the solution I went with for marquee matchups. Here we go. Time to open these packs, guys. Can we get a little bit lucky? Let's go ahead and save the UCL pack for last. Let's see if we can get ourselves some board drops out of the actual packs first. So we'll start with the 25K pack, 12 gold, 3 rare, all players. Give me a board drop. Let's see something good here. Looks like we're just gonna get a rare card. Nothing good in the first pack. What actually was it in the pack though? Looks like Bagnet and Bernard's okay. Time for the 45K pack, which is 12 gold players and 6 rares. So it's basically the exact same pack except for double the amount of rare cards. So doubling our chance for a good pull. Come on, give me a board drop here. Wow. Yeah, I mean that just sums up our pack luck. Never getting any breaks from EA in terms of packs. Never seems like we can get ourselves a break in that respect. No Barca players in here. It doesn't look like anything we can sell. Got an 82 Luis Alberto. Got an Alvaro. Just go ahead and send to the transfer list. All right. But this is the pack we were waiting on. UCL 3-player pack. And you get 1 rare card in return. That rare card could be shown. That can we've gotten, I think, both the last 2 times. Or it could be something decent. You never know. Hoffenheim. Oh, come on. That's like the lowest rated rare card we could have gotten. Are you kidding? Akpaguma. Let's go ahead and check what his price is, if it'll even let me right now. Would it actually let me check his price right now? It's not going to let me. We're going to have to send it to the club and then check his price in a minute. Well, we still technically came out with more coins than we left with, but still just absolutely no luck with any packs at all. We're going to do the Flash of Brilliance because we just never learn, but we'll probably not get anything out of this either. For a Flash of Brilliance, I literally just threw in the guy that we just packed into the SBC, and then every single card in this team was already in the squad except for Marlo, so I went and bought him for 850. Everybody else was already in the club, so we're just going to use those guys, get ourselves a 45K pack, and probably not even get a board drop back. Probably should have just saved our Ballman for the future. But we are pack hungry on the account, hoping for maybe a little bit of luck eventually. Here we go. 12 gold players, 6 rare. Can we get something decent? Give me at least a board drop. Come on. Yay, board drop. Gonna be 83, but it's still board drop. Pepe Reina. I already have that card. Now that the Bundesliga Player of the Month nominees are out, Jovic is obviously one of the nominees. And here are the other guys that are nominated. You've got Hoffman from Gladbach. You've got Haller also from Frankfurt. You've got Halstenberg and Hakimi and then Sancho. So the 2 most likely to win it are Jovic and Sancho. Hakimi had a really nice game where he had 3 assists in 1 game, and that was just one of the matches. So I guess he might be like a 3rd shout, but honestly, when it comes down to it, guys, you can always go to this website called footchief.com, and it'll kind of give you the stats of all of the Player of the Month nominees. So for the October Player of the Month, you've got Alcacer, Jovic, and Hoffman. According to this website, are like the 4 or the 3 most likely to win it. And Jovic has 2 man of the match in 3 games, along with 6 goals and 1 assist. So with that being said, he's most likely to end up winning this. But you also have to consider that this isn't even listing all of the players, and this might not even be fully updated either. But it does give you a decent idea on what you should expect for Bundesliga Player of the Month. What I'm trying to tell you, though, guys, is Jovic has like a 90% chance of winning. Obviously, you know, Sancho could get the fan vote behind him, and that could be a big part of putting Sancho ahead. But when it comes down to the captain vote and the expert vote, Jovic is probably winning that. So Jovic is likely to win Player of the Month. Obviously, Sancho's still got a chance, but I'm going to put it at like 90% Jovic winning. But with that being said, we don't really mind who actually wins Player of the Month. It doesn't come down to that. It comes down to the hype before it. And we have 5 Luka Jovic. Now, obviously, I wish I would have bought more, but it's still decent for the amount that we have. And I think I showed it at the beginning of this episode what price Luka Jovic was actually at. And now he's up to 13,750, which means that he's risen like 2,000 coins in the course of like 12 hours. Most of this happened in the last few hours when they announced it. So here's everything we sold. I'm going to go ahead and clear the transfer list here in a second. All these blue cards are now sold. And we still got these 5 Luka Jovic. So what I think the best thing to do right now, since he's risen so much today, we're going to go ahead and sell now. Now, he could rise a little bit more, especially on Thursday. Thursday, he'll probably go up another 1,000 to 2,000 coins. But I want to go ahead and liquidate right now and then reinvest in other things. I also want to kind of be fully liquidated again and hit that 1.5 million coins liquid, which I think would be pretty cool to hit that for the first time in the series. But all in all, still, it worked out as an investment because we got them all for 11K, and we'll be able to sell them for 13,500. So I'm going to go ahead and list up 2 of them for 13,500, and then once those sell, we'll go ahead and list up a couple more. And it shouldn't take too long for them to sell because there's a lot of hype around them right now. And I always tell you guys, sell into the hype. And right now, it's Wednesday, right? So you've only got like another 24 hours, maybe 36 hours to even sell these cards as it is. And right now they are going up in price. So I just feel like now that they're up a couple thousand coins, let's go ahead and take the coins and run. There's no reason to get too greedy with it and wait on these cards to possibly go up another K. Especially when EA could throw a curveball, there could always be a leak, there could always be something that screws you over. So whenever you're seeing profit like that on an SBC investment, most of the time it's a good thing to sell. So that's going to go ahead and finish off this episode, guys. Actually, no, it is not. What we're going to talk about is Black Friday now. I told you guys I'd talk about this in this video. So we're not going to make any investments for Black Friday quite yet. It's not time yet. But I need to update you guys on this because the last update you guys had was Black Friday Explained, and that didn't really give you guys a full overview of everything you need to know. It just kind of gave you an understanding of what's going to happen and why it's going to happen. So with that being said, Black Friday is going to be on November 23rd. That's only 2 weeks from now, guys, which means that the hype and the dropping prices are already starting to hit. Let's go ahead and pull up Footbin. We're going to go ahead and look at a couple of player prices, and then we're going to determine what do we do with this hype. What do we do with this information? So Aubameyang's 236K here on Aubameyang on Xbox One. You take a look at an hourly graph. We're going to go back to Monday. He was still 263,000 coins, but if you take a look at the daily graph, you can kind of see it's on a downward slope, guys. 236K, that's dropped like from Monday still. That has dropped a nice, 15 to 20,000 coins. Yesterday, down to 250. Today, down to 240, 231 at one point. So these cards are already starting to drop. Now, it would have been best to probably sell those before Monday because it looks like on Monday they were still at their normal price. Like, if you took a look at the daily graph, I mean, it's chilling at 260K is a pretty common price for Aubameyang. But now he's really starting to drop. So do we sell now or do we hold? And here's my consensus, guys. If you have any weekend league ready cards, like Aubameyang is definitely used in weekend league, but also Aubameyang could win Player of the Month for the Premier League. So that's also something to think about. Thursdays always bring up prices because of division rivals. They give coins, and when there's more coins in the game, there's more buying power. Prices go up for cards. Aubameyang is probably going to end up winning Player of the Month with 5 goals and an assist. That's most likely going to win it. Obviously, Martial with a man of the match, it does help, but he's got 1 less assist and 1 less goal. So that definitely hurts quite a bit. I think Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is probably going to end up winning the Player of the Month. So if you got a card like that, then your best bet is probably selling Thursday night. People will be buying that card in preparation for Player of the Month. People will be buying that card in preparation for Weekend League. But that's a pretty specific example, given the fact that he might win Player of the Month. Let's go ahead and take a look at a different card. Maybe Dybala. That's a card that isn't really related to any squad building challenges right now. Right now, he's going for 205,000 coins. If you take a look at the hourly graph on Monday, looks like he was going for like 220K. So this card has also dropped 20,000 coins. So don't think that you're like really losing a ton of coins right now if you have these cards. You're still all right. But what you're going to want to do is sell on Thursday, because what happens on Thursday, again, division rival rewards put coins into the game. More coins equal more buying power. You've got weekend league rewards, put more coins into a game. More coins equal more buying power. Marquee matchups also put more coins in the game, and that equals more buying power. And obviously, all that combined with the demand for cards going into Weekend League is going to bring cards up. Now, don't expect these cards to skyrocket. Don't expect Dybala to be 230,000 coins on Thursday. But he could go up from 205K to like 215K, and that way your damage control is pretty solid. You're not really losing that many coins in total. You're really just doing just fine with your Dybala and in your coins, and especially given the fact that he's probably going to continue to drop, especially over the next week and a half, up until at least a few days before Black Friday. These cards are going to continue to drop. He's 205K right now. You could see that at 180,000 coins here in a week and a half, and you don't want to take a huge loss. Now, a good investor, a good trader, is still going to take L's on cards. Now, obviously, I dumped all cards related to the Black Friday market crash, anything that was going to be affected. I dumped those a while ago just because I knew this was coming. But if you're just getting into it, if you're just getting into investing and into trading, you're fine. Like, you're gonna take some L's, but a good trader is gonna minimize, or whatever that word is, the losses. You might still take L's, but if you're taking less of an L, maybe a 5,000 coin loss as opposed to a 30K loss, that's a big difference. It's still an L, but that really separates good traders from great traders. When they make a shitty investment, they're going to minimize, I should probably learn this word because I'm probably going to use it a lot in the next couple weeks for Black Friday videos, their losses, and just get into the next investment and make those coins back a lot easier rather than taking a big L on a card like 30,000 coins. So that is going to be the end of today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. I would greatly appreciate it. Our Jovic has already sold a couple of them right now. The demand for Jovic is huge right now. Nobody's really selling the Jovic but me, so great time to actually sell these cards and have no worries whatsoever. Made about 10 to 15,000 coins on those cards in total. So we'll take those coins and we'll use them towards something else now. And we should be at 1.5 million coins liquidated after these 3 cards sell. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.